So, it was 2 weeks again. Oops.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me swap my fucking audio device real quick.
Pretty good.
Okay, we should be good to go. So, pretty compact episode lined up today. We got 3 submissions from Plum, Hear You, and Nova Fire. It has
You ever
been...
think about how drip and drip are completely indistinguishable in spoken conversation?
Yeah.
At any given moment, at any given time, someone could mention drip, and you would have no idea if they said drip or drip.
Anyway, the first map.
It's Schrodinger's drip.
Syntax Station.
Oh shit, dude!
Oh shit, I missed start boost. I'm fucking stupid.
Yo, this is cool.
Alright. Obviously neat theming right away.
Well, he's met my expectations.
Oh.
You have been read.
I'm not actually sure what I was thinking there. Other than I don't actually understand why that's there to begin with.
Yeah, no, same.
And yeah, we did get the resubmitted version, so it should be correct. Oh.
That's not cool at all.
Wasn't quite ready to calibrate for the drop. Okay, that's a pretty neat set piece.
Long
Just-
drift.
Just this is a nice looking fucking section.
The textures and the crushers look really good.
Yeah, That's what happens when you do proper texture alignment and actually make it look cylindrical.
Those fucking sirens. War flashbacks.
Watch out!
Ah, I couldn't make it. I have no idea what's going on with that fucking crusher path, and frankly, I don't want to find out.
I mean, it's just like a cycle booster from the looks of it. Like, you'll just get more speed on it, but you gotta watch for the crushers.
Was the conveyor going the other direction? I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
at
it was.
first.
It was actually. It's actually going like with you, so it actually pushes you ahead.
I couldn't tell at first.
Yeah, this is all basically CTR at this point. Like that's parts from this part. All this is from Engine Lab, and the Crusher segment is reminiscent of one of the Nitro Kart levels as well.
It
Yeah, this
sure
Crusher
is.
part.
Oh.
Huh.
Oh. I also thought it was. I thought that was a sneaker cut for a second, but
You're
No.
not going fast enough to get crushed up.
I actually super appreciate cuts like those that don't require a sneaker but require decent timing.
Require it to not be trapped.
Say that. but
Yeah.
then I played
Well, I mean,
CTR,
like
and
it serves for more interesting lines. You know, it's not going to be consistent each time unless you have like perfect timing.
Yeah, you say that, but then I go back to CTR, and it basically becomes the required path every time.
Yeah, stuff like that where it's like the first person through it can create problems for people behind is like...
Is that vocoded?
It's Syntax's voice from Freedom Planet 1.
also,
Why is it vocoded?
Alright, so let's actually look at this turn by turn, I guess.
AJ,
What's
there's
up?
no Discord icons on the stream apparently.
Oh, let me hit that. Bang, easiest ever.
Got him.
Alright, so pretty straightforward right angle here. Lack of a midline is a little bit disorienting. This one is like
I can't see what's
the
in
upward
front of me.
slope right beforehand is a little sus, and then something happened to me here where I assume like a sharp angle plus like some source of speed lets you land there and skip the outside of this turn. But for whatever reason, this read to me as an alt path when approaching it. Maybe
gonna
using
say,
some type
what-
of different texture?
What purpose does that serve?
Yeah, that was also what was on my mind. The,
Aw.
What?
I don't really, like, see the point of it unless it's, like... Can you cut over there from that ramp?
If you sneaker cut from the springs, you can probably land on that.
Huh. Let's see.
Oh, that's the point.
Oh, I see!
Oh!
Yeah.
That's
In that case, I'd probably reshape it so that it doesn't necessarily look like it's a right angle extension of the road.
yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
close that
Yeah,
up
because
so
I think
that's
I read that and thought it was pretty clearly like, oh, this is just where the road goes. And I
Yeah,
was
no,
pretty
you wanna make
surprised that
that,
it turned
like-
out to be wrong.
Make that a sharp, acute angle, maybe give it a different floor texture or elevate it, something to distinguish it at very least.
So, like, coming back around, I guess. I just start driving, I can't help it.
To unlock this door, stand on the blinking floor panel to your right.
Cute.
Just make the track edge cut across it to not make it look like road turns there. Yeah, seems legit. So, pretty friendly right angle here, and then you've got sight on this going in. And can you see traps from here? Maybe sometimes.
I know where to put my stuff.
There's
at.
definitely a feeling of tension going into this, which is like super appropriate for what this section turns out to be. And the drop here feels like... I almost feel like something more like a little bit clearer of a difference than just the grading feels appropriate for the drivable areas here. Because at speed, like, the section on the right and the section on the left look pretty similar. I'm not sure. Anybody else?
I will also say that I think it was a little... It felt a little difficult to react to. Not that I was like...
Yeah, it does feel pretty abrupt. Like, you're falling on it, so you've got time, but like, in single player, it was still like a little tricky to line up, so... I imagine it'll catch a lot of people by surprise if they happen to be crowded on the jump. Not necessarily bad on its own, but like, worth keeping an eye on. Then... something about the placement of this set is tilting me a little bit. I feel like it could be moved up just a little bit.
Seems like it's obscuring the
like the inside of the corner here.
Yeah.
It's a little thing, hardly a map breaker. First time around, this felt more abrupt to me than the drop did. This feels pretty fast. Like, if I'm at speed from the previous section, let's take a look at how quickly that comes up. Yeah, that's pretty drastic, IMO. It is hard speed, but maybe soften that just a little bit. Could be moved up. It's definitely a cute element, though. Fucking lava and, like, totally non-threatening context here, but still manages to ratchet up the tension of the section a little bit. Honestly, I dig the indoor stuff here. The window effect is just neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty skybox.
Pretty good.
And then here, this is like... This is one of those situations where it feels like... I ran into this in the Samba de Amigo themed course. You guys remember that? Where it's like, the path that's presented to you first probably isn't the path that you want to take, at least not on your first time around. And you get super mixed messages from this section because not only can you not see the forward path here, you can't tell whether it's a drop or a slope. But you're also
It seems like it's a simple fix, though, because, like, you... Go back there for a second. There's something I want to point out.
Sure.
You could just, like, wall off the left section so that, like, the player only has sight of, obviously, the crushers, and they're, you know, fucking not going to want to get in that path unless they know it's fucking safe, which it obviously is not. You know? So, like, if you just eliminate it to these two right paths and, like, have some sort of thing, like, obscuring the left path, or lack thereof, just so that there isn't sight reading issues, then I feel like this would probably be super readable.
I wonder.
Do not die.
Alright, but the boxes, though. Oh, shit.
Oh.
That's not how that script works. Alright, it's all safe. The crushers probably only seem loud, Blade Dash, because we're spending a fuck ton of time in this section. I think it's appropriate for the hazard to call itself out that way. And, like, I'm on default volume settings, and it's still a fair amount, I'd consider it only slightly above the music. So what is the actual punishment for getting hit by these? As you would expect.
Oh boy, 4 p.m.
Yeah, bonk if you're at, like... Bonk if you're early, and fucking squish if you're right on time. I think my bigger issue with this is, like... This seems to do nothing for actual gameplay because neither of these slopes have physics, but it interferes pretty heavily with gameplay clarity coming into this turn. Because you don't know whether to position for a drop or a slope. And, like, both have been used at this point, so it seems like a little bit of a strange sight read. I'm not sure what I would do about that at first. This is the blind playthrough of somebody with some of the worst, like, conveyance failed to land issues of all time. So basically consider it hard mode for, fucking correct signposting. And then, coming out of here, There's really only one place you can go, and you do see the signal coming up on it, even if it's temporarily obscured. So I think this section's probably fine. But then... Close item set plus, like, the immediate pressure of, like, a Fallout area. Like, with no walls here, plus the set happening to you basically blind. It is pretty abrupt. I'd expect, like, after the Crusher section, I expect something a little bit more relaxed. I think this is one of those things where it probably depends on that game testing as well, but...
There is something I do want to point out about that, and it's something I actually think you did well. Real quick, hold on. Let's go back. Back up a little bit so where the sign isn't like visible. Because like even if the sign isn't visible right here, you kind of get an idea because of like the
the
yellow
pipe. You feel the shape of the road.
Yeah,
It's priming you to
really
look that
clever.
way already. I think that's solid.
Do you think just to be on the safe side, the arrow could be just bumped up just a little bit higher so you can see it from below the slope?
I don't
Yeah,
think the
probably.
positioning is much of an issue as much as it is like, I look at the arrow for a second. The fact that it's like strobing so fast actually kind of makes it feel a little bit hard to read.
To me, it's more like, what arrow? I barely see an arrow anywhere on this screen.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
definitely.
the contrast isn't
not the
particularly
brightest.
strong. It's not a super large element, and it's
way over
strobing in this
there.
way.
Strobe lights.
For what it's worth,
The arrow is more visible.
Might
People
be
might turn before
beneficial
they
to,
need to.
like-
That's fair, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, if you don't already, like it might be like beneficial to like try and Fulbright some of those. If you can, at the very least. I understand it might be a sector or a mid texture, but like if you can't like make a paper sprite MLBJ and like Fulbright that just for the sake of readability, it'd probably help out.
I'm not sure what's going on with the back wall here. Are you guys seeing this in your perspectives, where
Yeah, I see that.
part of it just decides to not render for a bit? It's like a specific distance or like angle,
I was wondering
where
when I
that
was
wall is
I
just
was
going
grabbing my-
away. Wonder what the hell that's all about.
I was like, did I see something move?
I see that, yeah.
Yeah, here's your fairly relaxed section before returning to the start of the lap.
It's either renderer jank or it's a culling plane, one of the two. But the fact that it isn't showing up in software means that it's probably renderer jank.
It's always renderer jank. Ooh. Oh, for sure I could bump Spark off that. I like the spacing of the scarier elements in this. I think there's like a nice difficulty curve to it overall.
Ooh, those
Also like-
bubbles in the background.
Right?
And it also seems to me that the background there does have like a bit of a depth to it, similar to like his other backgrounds in that bumper cart track.
You're talking about the skybox section here?
Yeah.
That is...
I can see it.
Dude, renderer jank is unstoppable.
I see it. Yeah, I see a bit of the jank.
I am looking not so respectfully. Holy shit, this game is fucking held together with popsicle sticks. Yeah, I think this section seems like far and away the most abrupt to me. I think other people will have the chance to sight read it and tell me if I'm insane, but this particular two-turn sequence feels super crazy. You could maybe use a little bit more distance between each element to give players some time to get their bearings.
I think it's fine, but I would need to play through it before.
Yeah,
I
it's...
Please release standard
I'm super rusty, honestly. I haven't been playing this game super actively lately, and like I've only recently gotten back on for long sessions working on some gameplay tweak add-ons. So, any mistakes that you see from me are as likely to be from, like, rust and unfamiliarity as anything else.
I don't want to be the person to ask that, but does that drop at the beginning need to have a sprint panel? Like, not the very first set. I mean the set going into the cylinders of lava.
Well, if it
I
didn't have a
actually think
sprint
it does,
panel,
because otherwise, with no air control and no
you
sight on the
probably just fall
hazard,
into the lava.
you're basically
Yeah,
just
that is,
boned if
like-
you go off at the wrong angle.
But it's also just an entirely
Just
straight
let 'em
area.
be
You could
boned.
extend that so that doesn't happen.
That's true.
Yeah,
Or
you
just
could.
let them be
Like,
boned. Just bone them. You can see the lava falling from.
Well, it depends on the cycle. Maybe you can't. You have very
just
little time
you're
between
gonna have to
lining
think
up to be
about.
eligible to see the lava and having to make a choice about, like, how you hit the ramp. So if you're on the wrong cycle, or, like, your reactions are slow even a little bit, you don't have the time.
Depends.
Is there anything in
Sometimes
that
your brain
room?
just shuts
Anything
off. What is this?
in? Let me in!
Get out of there.
I know there's candy in there. Damn it.
Ta-da. Damn it.
Once again, fucking banner game on point.
And the mini map on the
Yeah, yeah, that's a cute touch.
very cute.
Keek says, springs are fun, smiley face. Wong.
Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, try telling not to own you.
Entire dev team mad at springs.
All my homies hate
That's
spring
fucking
training.
terrifying. I wonder if it's still worth it to take that even if you're on the wrong cycle.
I
It seems like
always
a pretty
take it.
substantial
Like,
boost.
When I play CTR, I always take that path because, like, what are you gonna do? Not take it?
Yeah.
Well, if you don't have the opportunity to take it, then you're just falling further behind, which is like
Crazy.
sort of the issue of unequal path splits that aren't locked behind items. Is that it does
Yep.
have a tendency to give the first person there an advantage that's hard to compensate for.
Yep, it's the CTR problem again.
It's naturally cleared out by people who are charging down there with power items, so it's not consistently blocked for the whole race, but it does create some frustrating situations when you're just a little bit behind and don't feel safe taking such a narrow and linear section. And so you have to watch somebody who already has the lead gain a lead purely for being in the lead. That's like, I think that's why that's a design pattern that's commonly avoided in kart courses, but again, the degree to which it's a problem is kind of heavily based on circumstance, and I mean, not every course has to be perfectly tuned for, like, catch-up opportunities everywhere. If the technical aspects of the course are engaging enough to drive, that's not a concern. That might be a little bit of a hot take, and obviously it's going to come down to preference to an extent, but that's always the way that I've felt. Your course has got to have something, but it doesn't necessarily need to be the same thing. I think that's about all I've got to say in terms of turn-by-turn for this. I think color contrast seemed alright. I wasn't really, like... Apart from sections where the road literally just dips out, I didn't really feel like I was struggling to figure out where to go, besides the sections we've already pointed out.
Yeah. One thing I want to compliment on the visuals, though, is well done for actually maintaining the hue shifting, like, throughout the course. Like, you've got the yellows where the highlights should be, the purples where the shadows should be. Like, that sort of stuff, that shit's divine.
Yeah, the balance of that particular section is really, like, because... I mean, it's relatively straightforward readability fixes for the other areas. And, like, in other regards, the layout isn't mind-blowing. Like, it doesn't do anything too crazy. But, like, simple layouts with strong theming have their place as well. Can you actually... Uh-oh. Oh, dear.
Okay, then yeah, there might be an issue with that. You might want to fence that off.
No, that's pretty.
Yeah, you can just completely bypass the crushers.
Yep. This
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what cycle
exactly
you're on.
Like it is in CCR.
That's not
Okay, yeah, that
Literally
needs to be
exactly
addressed
like
then.
The
funny,
line
though.
writing issue, right?
I will hold the
No,
L.
it's not
That
even a
shit is
line ride.
kind
The
of-
crushers just aren't wide
Yeah.
enough for the conveyors too wide. Either or.
Noticed it not even just by the fact that you can line ride, but the fact that they're gear shaped instead of square means that the hitbox on like it's way less on the sides than it is on the middle. So even if it was like fenced off, you could probably like still dodge the actual crushing part pretty easily.
Yeah, which is like, I think it's okay for there to be an element of like, hey, drive to the sides to reduce the risk associated. That's like, an observant player should be rewarded for that. I think that's an okay element to have. It just, the risk can't ever be zero for that kind of path. Or else it literally does become a, oops, I put a banana on the right margin, now you're all fucked forever.
Well, you know what it is.
Actually, yeah, does the conveyor carry items? That's important.
It should if it's a regular conveyor. Like, then basically most items, like, trapping that section would actually like, kind of be moot. You know?
Miss. I think
Oh!
you threw it over the edge.
No, it's definitely parked there. I'll rig a shoe and go over and see.
Yep, there it is.
It looks like it's moving, but it's very slow. So items will trap that.
Just imagine a sneaky bomb placement right there.
There it is. Mark it
Oh,
off.
Yep, it's giving off some after images, so it is moving.
Look at it go.
Part of
Moving
me
it very
likes
hard.
to think that might be a deliberate decision.
I definitely need to have Battle in the Big Bridges on a soundboard for moments like this, where I'm just watching a banana cross a conveyor at fucking 1 frac unit per tick.
It's moving very fast.
Go, banana!
Just has
Without
the
your
fucking
dreams.
energy
Crush.
of like.
See, that's basically a hazard that's in play for an entire lap, except next time it's gonna be further up than you remember.
Just has the fucking energy of Patrick entering his rock into the into that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. You'll make it there when you feel like it.
It's okay, Rocky. You get it when you feel like it.
Good shit. I think that's about all I have to say. So let's
Okay.
see.
Same.
Second of 3 submissions tonight. Something from Hear You. Oh yeah, there we go. I actually finally remembered to fucking update the question. I asked this week, what's the worst thing Zone Builder has ever done to you? Plum answered, whenever I try closing a certain sector that's inside other sectors, ZB decides that I want the empty space to also be a sector.
Yeah.
ZB,
That'll happen.
yeah, in general, seems like it's on fire.
Still better than Zoom Builder 1.
Woo!
I mean,
Bumper
I don't want
car.
to go back to that.
And from Hear You, the answer is, so on a map I never finished, good sign, I was setting up FOSS on a map and accidentally tagged everything as a solid to a 0 tag, and that made everything act like a ceiling with the weirdest graphical glitches that I couldn't figure out for about an hour, until I realized what I did anyway.
That
0
happened to
tag,
me.
huh?
Everyone, okay, like I feel like everyone runs into that point when like they're making a map for the first time. Even I did that when I was first starting out fucking Doom Builder back in the day.
It's like, what the
Yeah.
fuck, what did I do?
I did that when I was making Black City.
Central Processing Zone. So my
Dragon
understanding
Pack.
is that Dragon Pack basically came out of nowhere.
Engine Labs.
No, not crash again! 100% internet cryptid rate. Okay. This is a lot of
There's a
time
path
spent at
over
boost
there.
speed already.
Those are
Man, are you sure this isn't like partially Kodachrome?
What you need on a
That's what I
boost
think of when I
pads.
just see a bunch of gray lines.
so those are all
Crimson Core.
I like the
those
minimap.
from Patrick are all boost packs.
Whoa, what the fuck? Oh,
Not
okay.
often you see colored textures on a minimap.
So,
Okay.
what exactly is the colors for? Like, I understand if you wanted to make it look like pretty or something, but
Oh,
you
that
go
was a
faster.
really weirdly
I think I
like
understand at
hidden
least,
item
like-
set.
No, I don't understand. Okay.
This is
Yeah. Okay. So green is tunnel and light blue is glassy bridge.
CTR music and spending the entire course at boost speed. Name a more perfect pair.
yeah.
Yeah. Why aren't you adding L_sacred fire?
Wait, go back.
Hmm?
There are red springs over there on the right.
Oh yeah, what the fuck?
You can just
We
turn around
Mario
and do that.
64. Let's go. Wall kicks will fucking work.
Wait, but
You didn't even need an item for that, did you? You just turned around.
where
does
am
seem like
I?
to be realistic.
Is it faster
You're
to
in the
go
next part.
boosting and then turn around off of a booster inside there to go take the shortcut?
What the
But is it
I don't
faster?
even know where I am. I couldn't tell whether I
Yeah.
was further in the course or not.
Yeah, like I'm very confused.
But is it fast? You're-
Okay,
think
that
we-
set makes me super mad.
Look at that. 4.
This
Oh.
makes me deeply angry. This is like
mean, it's
I
a soft
missed a
item.
set
Something to
nightmare
put
because
items
it's
there.
literally unseeable until you've already committed to not taking it.
What if they added more and arranged it in a pretty nice little circle design so that people have more of a chance to get it and it looks nice?
I just
You can also like fence
Or you
that
can
so
just,
that
like,
you actually
not
have
have
some readability of it ahead. You know, instead of making it a solid object, or rather
do like the-
opaque.
I do like the translucent floor.
So, turn by turn, I guess, with the obvious, like, first impression being this course spends way too much time at boost speed and it will seriously screw with item balance. Like,
Why you shoes?
Well, yeah, and technically these aren't boosters. These are just really fast hallways.
they do
But
give you this new
they
boost
are
effect,
boosters,
so
like, okay, so part on the entrance is boost or the whole thing is boost.
I think it might be the entire tunnel.
The
So there's
entire
no
tunnel
way
is
to avoid
boosted.
boosting.
Oh yeah, it totally is.
The SPB isn't going to have a good time on this map, is it?
Oh yeah, this
Get
would be the
spun
most
out and just
slam
keep
dunk
going,
SPB
whatever.
attack.
That didn't hurt.
So, this is really clear signage that's, like, visible pretty early, but the placement of the set still gives me a little pause.
Yeah, it's like right in front. You don't have enough space for anybody to like generate some distance to get some good items. You may as it's practically a grab bag.
It's like, this is right off the start, isn't
yeah,
it?
you could be like in a few seconds from when you get the item, you can be in 3rd place and have an item meant for 8th.
As soon as you drop off.
Just immediately, you're at boost speed and you have an item. Welcome to chaos.
Just go fast.
That might be a fun dynamic to explore, TBH, but it can also lead to frustrations where you get hit super early by situations that are basically not controllable. And because
Or
everyone
you
in
have
front
to-
of you is at boost speed constantly, it means that comebacks are likely to be pretty tricky.
Or it could be potentially that you could fail the start boost and actually be better off than everybody else.
No, I've done that on a lot of courses where it's like I'll fuck up my start boost and then pull a rocket sneakers from the back and just coast to first. I feel bad every time, like I've done something terrible.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like that
Balloon
can
pit.
happen, or you can get a giant in this level, like a size up in the low level that constantly has boosting going on.
Yeah.
Because if you got rocket sneakers at the start, it probably wouldn't be that good compared to like just being big and getting
Yeah,
your...
grow is like what you really want here, I think. So, I think this is about right. That's like appropriately paced. This is
And
intended
I
to
think that's
be.
another case where you can just like drift boost onto those springs.
Well, that's all the way to the left.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, or just do that. Like I said, it's easier to just turn around and knife your way over there. It doesn't even seem like it's that hard to do. Just, you know.
I wonder how
assuming
much of a
nobody gets-
savings that is. Anyway, let me actually let me put one of these into my box to take the red path a little later.
Kind of wonder If you could just make those like boost panel sections, like, just make them like.
What I initially thought was that they gave you like, not all of them gave you boost. They just gave you like drift boost.
Yeah, conveyors
Yeah.
are low friction. Might be a
Yeah.
better fit.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't just name.
Because I get it's supposed to be like Engine's weird room where you're just constantly boosting through it as you go enter it.
This has a lot of stuff competing for your attention. I think this room is pretty crazy.
Pretty loud.
Yeah, like if it wasn't for the big red section on the mini map, I wouldn't even know there was a secret path there.
And like depending on the cycle you hit this at, the arrows, the chevrons up here might be more or less clear. And like I think I had some kind of a freak out approaching this earlier where like something about the center of the course confused me. Because it's just like skybox in there. Let's take a look at the
Crimson Core
red
arrows
path.
on the bingo sheet.
It's been on the bingo sheet.
Good.
So wait,
why
what's
is
the
that
actual hazard
invincibility
there?
path?
That's marked in Vince, but what's the hazard? Oh, it's
Well,
just
I get
off-road,
it,
okay.
but technically a sneaker path then, like a rocket sneaker path as well. I think you can even take it with triple shoes. Try doing it with like 3 boosts.
Let's see.
You lied to me.
You can exit without
Yeah,
too
you
much
can do it
time
with
loss
3
with 2
too.
well-timed sneakers, but you can do it easily with 3. Yeah, that's tricky because, like, typically that invents sign, like, the only situation in which it's used in vanilla courses is for a cut that has, like, a constant damage hazard. So I think people who are capable of taking that with other items will skip out on the cut. But I'm not sure how I would convey that because it's so long that you can't use a single sneaker for it. Maybe the solution is to convert that into a cut that is compatible with a single sneaker by putting like a dash panel halfway through. But it also seems pretty powerful, so I would understand why you would maybe want to restrict it to full power items. Or you could just make it a spike cut. Anyway, there's the other thing. Even taking that cut legitimately, it feels like you can totally just go backwards. Especially because, like, even as you're rising up, like, the signage isn't super clear from this angle, but you do see, like, an obvious door. And so it seems like the easiest thing in the world to store in unless you're stupid.
Yeah, it seems like you can just like, yeah. If I would just put it like the arrows over that door, maybe.
It's... Honestly, if this cut is gonna stay, I wonder if it's more appropriate to like change the way you enter this section or the place that you're dropped at, because like landing here specifically, it is a really hard conveyance problem for that. Maybe a set of chevrons on this wall
Yeah,
would help with the
that would
conveyance.
actually help out dramatically. When you have
Because how far
have
away can you see
signage
that?
that's
Yeah, you can see it from out here.
Yeah.
So
when you have signage that's to your left like this, and you're heading to the right, it should coincide with the flow of the turn. Like, you're obviously, if you're taking that spring cut, you are going to want to go to your left. But the signage is on the left, and it can almost tell you to go straight ahead. So,
and there's the other thing that, like, taking this just standard, there's, like... You're not really presented with signage for the main road here, either. It's like, you're clearly comfortable with, like, in the room with the center divider and the invincibility route, the red room, you're clearly comfortable with signing people to the right, but allowing them to take the left path if they're, like, paying attention. I think that same thing might be appropriate here. Because, like, there's definitely a strong player instinct to be like, Red Springs, I will go here. Oh no. We'll see how common that actually is, of course, but... I appreciate that, like, the coda textures are used in a way that's not eye-searing here. Just notch down the brightness. I respect that.
I was gonna say, that probably actually helps a lot.
It definitely is, like, as somebody who, like, has pretty severe issues on Kodachrome, it's like, it is a pretty substantial improvement. Like, I still use the Legacy Encore palette, the Game Boy Pea Soup Green palette, over the current Encore palette on my own servers. This is entirely missing signage. I think the back wall does an okay job of directing you, but slapping an arrow up probably isn't the worst thing. And it's like, redundancy in signposting always helps with player confidence. Because you're doing it up here. Although this could also, like, be moved up a little bit, honestly. We just put it on the upper half of the wall. There's basically a tailor-made spot for it.
I don't know why, but that indented part in the wall looks like it could lead to something Easter eggy.
Yeah, that's totally a fucking Doom door. Ah, shit!
A secret is revealed. Actually.
No.
Because I heard some people alluding to a secret here, as has become tradition. So...
That reminds... quick question though. Is it possible for, like, destructible walls to respawn after a lap or so?
I am
I think
unaware of whether there's anything to do it in, like, the actual map format, but I'm pretty sure you can do it in Lua.
Yeah.
Just to
well, I
manually
do
set the
remember
sector up again.
Yeah, I do remember breakable things being able to respawn, because you were able to do that back in SRB2 Riders.
Yeah.
I know it's a type effect. I saw it once.
Yeah, there's crumbling and then there's like bobbing. So like both I think have a respawn.
So
variants.
this room is craziness, and I think part of the reason is because you're being introduced to a couple cues that you haven't seen yet, but all of the visual interest in the room is drawing your eye away from the main path. Like, we have these flashing textures over here. We have, like, the big bright rainbow of the invincibility signs. Like, this should be flipped around. Like, if the hazard is going to be this abrupt, then, like, this midline should be, like, front and center.
Yeah.
I just like this. No. Simple arrows there. This also struck me as really abrupt the first time. Just because there are not really any turns in the course that are this tight except for this one. Like, that wall's super close.
Oh.
This is not even your fault, but the reason I was bonking these the first time, even though, like, the slalom cue I think is actually pretty reasonable, is because, like, whether or not this particular object is solid is super inconsistent in a lot of maps. So I was just instinctually wondering, like, what happens if I try to go through this? I remember, at least one community course. What am I thinking of? It had, like, the DOS aesthetic, like, hard black and white. There was a cut where you went straight through a set of chevrons just like this and basically skipped a gigantic hairpin for a 10-second gain.
That was one of Mr. Logan's maps.
Yeah, it was Logan. There we go. Which is apparently patched out of the map now. Thank you. But, like...
Perhaps they could use, like, a custom arrow-like texture for those walls instead.
Yeah, or could just put an unambiguous wall in front of the signs, just in case.
Yeah.
Then this is... This really bothers me, because there's no way to hit it on lap 1, I think. Like, you just have to know that it's there and blind route for it. Which means that on lap 1 it's going to be super frustrating, and then on subsequent laps it's going to be super frustrating because if you want to not miss a set, you basically have to blind drift into traps.
Can you back up a little at the start of this room?
Sure.
Ah, something looked a little... I thought something looked a little, like, trippy at the sides there.
Hmm.
Are you able to go around?
No, I think it's walled off. It's just the FO. It's the white on white. I see what you mean. But this is a thing.
There's probably not a reason that you want to be there, so...
Word.
I think it's completely acceptable to invisible wall that, since there's no reason any player would ever want to be at that location.
If you
Unless
can
it's the
do
Easter
that,
egg.
can you just jump off to the road below?
Yes, but isn't that an earlier part of the course?
Which
Yeah.
is exactly the problem.
That's all the way
Yeah.
back down.
Oh, hey, I have can finish here. I wonder.
Oh no.
Major skips!
Oh no.
Doo-doo-doo.
Big winner.
Yeah, just make
Yeah,
it
still probably need to invisible wall that.
invisible solid FOF.
Yeah.
Assume the player can go anywhere.
Dude, it's crazy. Literally just today, I recorded the worst clip ever. I was on Casual Army, got bonked into the SPB that was trailing me, got launched up a spiral, and then store boosted to the win. It's...
You gotta love explosion jumping.
I hate... I hate...
But it's an intended part of the game!
It's not a bug.
It's like
it's a
there are a
feature.
lot of interlocking conditions that cause things like that to happen. So the best practice is just to avoid it. Just even if you think there's no possible way a player could ever get there, they'll find a way.
I explode on a slope that has physics, I'm probably gonna get somewhere.
Except you're not going to have jumps typically. There are so many ways you can get launched at an angle if egg boxes or any other type of explosion is involved.
Yeah, you could just like pop into the air and probably wind up bouncing off somewhere.
There's no physics slopes near this section, so it's less likely initially, but there are ways for sure. Like explosion into bonk is the most common setup. Damn it.
Excuse me.
Oh yeah. I've never seen the chevrons used like this before.
That's pretty
Reads
cool.
more like a incomplete hexagon than it does an arrow.
Like an
It's
emoji
nice.
of some kind.
Neat.
That's not a base game texture, is it?
No, it's not.
Nope.
They just split the
No.
line up.
Okay.
Which,
Corny.
to be fair, like that's using textures efficiently. So
Yeah,
props
for sure.
doing that. It's weird to see though.
Yeah, so honestly, like, most of what we've pointed out so far regarding the actual layout, it's pretty minor scruples, all things considered. I'd say that the biggest concern is still probably the amount of time spent at boost speed, but we'll likely get some more time to appreciate that particular problem in multiplayer testing. I am also curious about where the supposed secret is. Really makes you think.
Every single texture is vanilla, he says. Very economic use.
Laughs in Joker City.
No.
Why are the Crimson Horeros and you've been using the regular chevrons? Yeah, I wasn't sure about that either.
I think
You think?
I
I think it's for the sake of a midair, like, set of chevrons. But
Yeah.
you could still make that the standard arrows.
Yeah,
like-
keeping it to a consistent set of signposting elements helps a lot with keeping players cool because they don't have to learn new cues in the middle of the race.
Yeah.
Upper bridge, huh? Alright, let's go take a look. There is a part of me that thinks this is super cool, by the way. I will admit. I kinda love little exploits like that. Dip into a booster and then immediately fucking rip it the wrong way.
Apparently there is an Easter egg everyone wants you to find.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. I really appreciate Twitch chat playing hot or cold with me. Twitch chat? God, my brain's broken. I really appreciate YouTube chat playing hot or cold with me on some amount of delay. Where was it? After the red-blue room, or... Thunkin.
Ouch.
We...
Woo!
This part, supposedly. Uh-huh. Alright. I'm out of ideas. Anyone else? Wait,
Oh, there it
hold
is.
on. What the fuck is that up there?
Oh,
Oh, boy.
Suicide.
this is why you want to wall that stuff off.
No, I think that's intended to be traversable. There's a hole at the other edge.
Well, no, I mean the other side.
Yeah, yeah.
Kanye!
Oh, god damn it, Kanye, get out of here.
Kanye.
Thank you, Kanye.
Yeah, so this is the way you're intended to get to this legitimately.
Okay, I knew there was
With
something
great
really
pain
weird
and
about
suffering,
hearing
but
that
yeah, well, the
rumbling
other
sound.
side of this for sure. Someone's gonna get knocked there and lose their entire race over it.
Look at the
And
hell
And if
out
they're
of
me,
here,
they'll also
Kanye.
get super pissed about it.
Why are you killing me? I'm friendly. There he is. It's me.
Pretty good. Honestly, which was the better sound? The actual Easter egg room or the reaction?
Tunes?
It's pretty good.
Oh my fuck!
There you go.
Excellent.
Now look what you've done.
Here you says, you give up first for sure. Bro, you give up the race. Oh, this is awesome.
And now there are
I
rolling
knew
rocks.
those rocks were gonna come into play at some point.
Hey
As
man, you gotta
Crow
watch
was
for rolling
saying.
rocks.
It's the
Are those
big funny meatball.
Those are
They're
fucking
bomb
barrels
barrel.
down here.
The music sounds different too.
I kind of
Oh,
appreciate the prisoner's dilemma involved here, where you give up any chance of winning the race in order to ruin everyone else's fucking lives.
BRB doing this in net game testing.
God,
Can't
not
do
if I
that.
do it first.
We gotta stop him.
No, I'm actually gonna do it because you know I can't fucking compete in this game.
Rose.
Oh, we're in the same boat, dude. Now you're gonna have to compete with me to not compete with everybody else.
Hard mode is now selectable.
You know, that's why I've been hearing that weird thumping sound during
Yeah,
this.
that's what I've been saying. Like, there's something suspicious about these rocks I keep hearing but never seeing.
Nice.
On the starting line.
So cursed.
This is maybe the most involved I've seen an Easter egg trigger, and I have to say, I don't agree with it, but I do respect it. It is allowed.
Yeah, I feel similarly.
Alright. That's enough of that. I can't wait for this meme 2 rounds in a fucking row. Yeah, same.
Oh wait, I think I crashed too.
Alright,
Pretty
next
good.
up, Nova Fire's submission.
Oh
Worst
no, I'm
thing Zone
Brazilian.
Builder's ever done to them. Slime trails and also breaking things for no reason. What's the meme with slime trails?
Just renderer fuckery.
Oh yeah, it's like the GL Void stuff. Where like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Happens all the fucking time if you've got node builder errors.
Oh dang, now
That's
I
why
can.
every fucking
It
time I
says
see
all
Chrome
vanilla,
stream
huh?
zone
Yes,
builder.
this texture's in vanilla.
Yeah,
Where is...
it is.
Hold on.
It didn't.
No, it is. Yeah.
It is.
Yes.
Gameplay options. Where is it?
Damn.
There we go. That's where it's used.
Pretty good.
Alright, so Nova Fire
Yeah,
submission.
yet there's no wrinkly Kongs anywhere.
Brimstone.
Oh, I
All
played
right.
this before.
I am worried that this color palette is making me incredibly anxious.
I don't
Yeah.
like the look. I don't like the shape of this mini map.
Threatening
This
energy.
looks fine. This right here
Yeah,
actually
that's
looks
like,
kind of cool.
This has good energy. Y'all know that VV is like my favorite vanilla course, and this kinda it's immediately tickling the same spot in my brain where it's like not necessarily super threatening, but feels threatening. You know?
Wait, hold up. This is a fucking Zelda map.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
God damn! Holy shit!
I really like the lava borders.
That's a tough landing. That might need to be expanded a bit.
It really helps to like clearly convey the main path.
Yeah, for sure. That section is incredibly clear. This stuff, not so much. It makes me worry a little bit, but these sections around are like crystal clear, very cozy.
Yeehaw!
Yeah, this landing is super dangerous looking.
See ya.
Goodbye.
That arch looks like FOF hell, and I support you for going through that. That looks beautiful, but I'm not sure if you could consider it worth the effort. You'll have to confirm that yourself. It looks good though.
Can you shoot through over there? Woo!
So that can happen. I think the circumstances required to do it are pretty rare, and probably leave you about time neutral anyway. Because basically you're getting over there with either an explosion or an extremely uncommon mid-air bump. So that's probably fine. If you can wall it off, I'd still say maybe do it, but that's not a huge concern. What is... Okay. You die early, I respect it. Like, unironically, I think that's great.
This turn gives me huge GameCube Bowser Castle vibes, and I love that.
Yeah, immediately pretty fun, compact little 5-lapper. Just...
Why is it scrolling?
Oh yeah, hold on, what was that? It's just
Set next map to 1.
kind of doing its own thing.
Like,
Wow.
is there anything
But-
behind that? Like, reasoning?
Who put
Oh
the
yeah, this
conveyor?
is... But
Wait,
why?
is it going scrolling one way, but then actually going the other way?
It's like one of them F things in F-Zero at the side.
I guess. It just seems kind of odd to me.
It does seem out of place. Doesn't feel like the layout really needs that. Does
Yeah.
make the finish line look pretty hilarious. Oh yeah, it's here as well. See, I
I guess
actually
it's
didn't
more
even
places than I
intuit
noticed.
this as a conveyor. Like the movement isn't super obvious, IMO.
Yeah, it
just
looks
kinda
like
looks
it's
like
scrolling
gray.
backwards, but it sends you forwards.
Yeah, the gray on gray is an issue here. If you want that to like be a significant like element and gimmick throughout the track, you want to like create a a contrast in the color palette to give it some sort of visual significance from everything else.
Yeah,
What?
I think it's a fine element that adds like
Ouch.
needed bit of interest, but it's like also really hard to route for because it doesn't call itself out at all.
Can you jump through that ruined tower?
Can you?
No, it looks like you can.
Yeah, that actually, now that I think about it, it does look pretty deliberate. Maybe at a different angle?
Could probably do that with Burn Sneaker, I feel like.
It's likely, yeah. Oh god.
Seeing how it's
You don't die
fenced
early
off.
there, Jesus. You died the fucking opposite of early.
Well, it's a fence, but it's not solid.
And yeah, Hugador in chat brings up a good point. I don't know if these red springs are strictly necessary.
Just make them launches.
Like, I would try this with those simply just being ramps. Like, short ramps just for the sake of being able to see forward path, but like, This is like a completely reasonable transition IMO. You like widen the entrance and exit a little bit, and this could just be a ramp, and
Yeah.
IMO would be more interesting and would leave item balance a little more intact. I appreciate the consistent signage throughout. So the only point at which I feel like kind of uncomfortable is this, specifically because this road texture isn't used for very long, and it's, how do I put this? It doesn't feel like I have a read on the shape of the back wall here, because it's the same color as everything else, until you get this close and the road texture changes.
Yeah, no, that's a very valid concern.
I wonder if that could be fixed by just extending the leftmost wall towards like the turn to like better convey.
Yeah, just carry this all the entire way through.
Yeah.
Maybe. It looks so possible.
You tried.
It looks so possible.
It looked possible because that's a shortcut you can do on Crystal Abyss at the end. Ooh!
There's no way that can actually happen, right? Nah.
Dude, not.
I will say, though, because this looks like it is reachable, or plausibly reachable at least, it is probably worth your time to visually block it as well. Like, this is kind of a degen cut, but I also don't think players should be punished for assuming that they can get to places that don't have visual obstructions.
Yeah, but that's provided they end up, keeping the spring pads intact.
Yeah, for sure.
If they do, then yeah. Otherwise, that could just exist as is.
I will say the dash panels do contribute to, like, kind of a frantic feeling, especially here, where, like, you basically have to land already with the correct angle to continue taking the rest of the turn. But I feel like it does give you just barely enough time. That window's gonna slide based on familiarity with the game, though. It might be too harsh, but I'm not sure. People are clowning on me for trying to do that cut. I'm literally here to test.
I would have done it.
Lack of exhaustive testing is how we get Cyberpunk.
No!
Actually, Cyberpunk is what happens when you don't listen to the testers. That game was almost certainly a management disaster. Shoutouts to QA departments who do their fucking jobs and then get ignored because deadlines.
Don't you love crunch?
Or in the case of Cube World, if you're afraid to hear feedback.
When you crunch nonstop and then your game is still shitty.
If by crunch you mean Crunch Bandicoot, then sure.
Nova Fire says, fun fact, this map is actually a port of an SNES game. I found the layout looking for textures. What?
Pretty.
What SNES game?
Layout kind of looks Stunt Rally FX in a way, but I can't confirm that. I don't think it's verbatim a Stunt Rally FX track.
Yeah, it feels like the kind of map that would fit in something like Power Drift. Layout-wise, obviously, not like...
It's a donut plains shape if you look at it. Ah, yes, it comes from Super Mario Kart.
Yeah, the Pirates...
Yeah, it comes from the
Mario
Zelda
Kart
racing
are
game that totally exists.
Yeah, it was a pack-in with crossbow training, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Wii Wheel version of crossbow training.
What if it was all just a dream?
Nintendo.
Nova says, let me get a link. That's ominous. When you can't just say the name of the game and instead you have to prepare the fucking game facts article.
Yes, here's this overseas weird racer that only 5 people have played.
You've probably never heard of it.
I've probably never heard of it, yeah.
Probably never heard of it.
Waiting for the hybrid front to get a translation.
Yeah, those conveyors are growing on me. I do think they need, like, clearer visuals, but I think it's a neat element to have on the course. Like, honestly, in terms of conveyance, like, Congratulations, I made it through 5 laps without bitching at you for something. It means you're doing well. I do wonder about somehow being able to reach up there. Here he says, no, it's obviously from Gundam Wing Endless Duel. Fuck yeah!
Oh, I listened to one of that. I got a song.
I'm nice at that game. Yeah, that feels good to hit, just like barely riding on the edge of the off-road. That's satisfying.
Hit that rainbow.
I was wondering about the rainbow, but I wonder if it's worth to hit.
Fucking rapidly moving.
Nets map given.
Just the fucking texture.
It's very fast.
The fact that the signpost didn't get whipped away immediately tells me he's using scroll texture and not carry objects, so that's the thing.
That would have been hilarious if it was
Just
the case.
once, I want to see an end-of-map camera view that like drops the signpost, and then after a couple seconds, there's just an explosion and the signpost is launched into space. Just once. Post-race signpost interactions give me life.
What about the one
I
in
don't know what
Coastal-
this is doing here. What the fuck is this doing here? This is the only element of the course that I don't understand at all. It feels so out of place. I haven't been able to like naturally hit that a single time, and I think like the braking you have to do to hit it makes it barely a gain. Hey, nice
It
catch.
might be an easy speed exclusive panel.
Yeah, maybe. Just be one
Now,
way.
you know, have you ever played Gundam Wing? Do you know what that's in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's me.
Yeah, so
Oh, yeah.
you definitely have to pre-position for it, still.
That's cool though.
Dang, now I have
like
to hit
it.
that when we do next game.
This mechanic is available exclusively to people who are too slow to skip the pad.
Trail, when we do neck games, I'm not pushing you around again. I can't babysit again. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, Nova. I think YouTube chat probably filtered your link because it filters all links and I can't turn that off. So, you may just want to hit me with the name if you're interested in
I think they
explaining
did. It's
that.
Japan's F1 Grand Prix.
Oh, shit. Did I miss it? Japan's F1 Grand Prix.
Yeah.
There we go. Man, chat's moving so fast, no one will know I can't drift store.
Okay.
No one will know I'm.
I'm gonna have to laugh at you.
The player gets to control cute and cuddly cartoon animals in cutesy racetracks inspired by real-life Formula One racetracks in a parallel universe. Seems legit. This is like... This is box art from another planet, though. Like... I'll link this in voice text or dumb texting channel for the benefit of everyone else, but like... This has an energy to it.
The mouse.
That mouse has seen
like-
some shit. That
That's
mouse is
the
like the
already
1
right.
to 10 charts of like how is your pain with the faces. That's
This
a
is some
5.
supreme pixel art on this title screen, though. Are you seeing this? Let me link this.
Go ahead.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
That's some fucking Waku Waku 7 shit.
hell yeah.
That's real good.
That's the F1 Grand
Forget
Prix. I
it's a
think I've seen that
car.
before.
Let's play this. That way
Although-
we can steal more courses from it.
The mouse kind of looks like Mappy, like a distant relative.
Mappy Kids 2.
I can't decide whether this is a weird 16:9 stretch or a weird like collage.
I
Neat
think
spread.
it might be a collage. I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
you see the outline on the, yeah, that's just blatantly covering the logo. It's just somebody fucking pasted that in.
FIFA.
So yeah, I'm actually, like... I'll take this through nice. I'll take this through a bit of a slower turn by turn, but it is a 5-lapper, so there's literally just less turns to cover. And I think almost all of them are signposted pretty well, and the layout moves pretty nicely. I think these opening 2 turns are really the only situations where I feel even a little bit unsure. And I think it's because of the lack of contrast between what's being used as a wall and what's being used as the drivable road. Like, this fence is a way less clear wall, and it's especially way less clear when the road is the same color as it.
Yeah.
But then everything out here is, like, totally fine. Again, take a second look at the red springs, maybe play without it and see how it feels. And maybe try to ignore the monkey part of your brain that says, go fast equal good. Ape escape noises. Can I get a clean rainbow here? It's effort, but... yeah, that's how you hit that pad as an 8 speed, you just bonk the wall 3-head. But yeah, this is all super clear. This is signposted pretty fairly, I think. I was momentarily unsure of the off-road, but I think you're given a clear enough dividing line that most players can be reasonably expected to take this correctly.
Yeah, back when I initially played on this map, it didn't have that dividing line, and it was a little harder to read, but it really helps a lot. Like, it can't be overstated just how much that, like, makes things really clear.
In any net game with any significant player count, it might do to have this landing area widened a little bit. Like, if you're not approaching it at speed, then I'd say that's less of a concern, but, like, I can definitely see a little bit of bumper cars happening over here. This arch. So, for those of us who have not yet sold their sanity away for zone builder prowess, how awful is this arch to construct?
I'm looking at this and I'm questioning its existence. That's how awful this looks.
This is a mirage in the desert.
Are you sure you're not working in the Quake 3 map format?
It doesn't look too hard.
Yeah, bro, let me just open Hammer.
Okay, one thing I do want to ask. Look at the skybox. Like,
right.
Turn to the left a little bit. Well, I mean, that also works. Just go out and look at, like, the gradient. How the absolute fuck is that achieved without it killing the palette? Is that its own texture, or is that an FOF?
Looks like it could be its own texture, just like stacked on top of one another.
Yeah, it looks pretty staring to me.
I don't know, the depth or lack thereof, depending on the render, makes it almost look like it's an actual translucent gradient. But I mean, it sells the illusion really well.
I didn't even notice the stock barrier until going out.
Oh yeah, the mountains have some depth to them.
That's crazy because this is so obvious. What? How did I not notice this being here?
Yeah, I think we can, when you're making your skybox area, you can like stack gradients on top of one another for 7 textures or something.
But yeah, visuals are clean, layout seems fun to drive. I'm a little bit concerned about, like, what seem to be pretty narrow roads, constant fall-off hazards, and that narrow jump landing, but... I mean...
I still think it's pretty cool, like, you don't often see maps taken from another game and then they actually, like, are taken to this level. Like, again, if you didn't tell us that this was a port, I wouldn't have guessed.
Yeah, no, it feels very at home here.
You should label it.
Speaking of that game, calling it now, someone's gonna try and make those characters into card characters.
Maybe.
Nice catch. None of that shit. Even if you make it through, you'll never make it through.
Oxyboard. Yeah.
Alright, I think I've said my piece on this.
Yeah.
Pretty neat, IMO.
Pretty good.
I'm impressed.
Strong theming, fun layout, good music choice. I'm down. I'm just down for all of it. Alright. So, I guess with that, if I tab out really quickly to get the map list up again. Everybody get in here. Let's get started.
Let's go, Green Hills!
Wee.
Wow.
No, I was gonna hit you in the face.
Please remain still during the incineration process. Thank you.
The random lines are cute.
I watched too many vote-coded videos.
I am a big fan of randomly selected sounds, as you know.
Yeah.
See how later I have advanced knowledge and I'll still find a way to lose. Like that.
Most advantage.
Shut up! Nope! Hey, there it is.
Here
Oh
comes
yeah,
the
I
meat.
set up SPV music. Need to give it a music depth, though.
What is that?
They should disable SPV music just for these sessions. I don't anticipate front-running for very long!
Hi!
What the fuck is that?
Oh. It's a chow.
Nice game. Oh, okay. I guess I should have used that, huh?
You can't just give him a Thundra shield. Speed up. It's on you now.
I like that set that's like kind of hidden in the drop, where like it doesn't screw with readability, but it's still like you have plenty of time to react to what's going on.
Oh.
Don't feel quite confident with that cycle just yet. Not with a speed. Again? Neat. Oh god, what's going on here?
I made it. We didn't get any attacking items, just boost items. Alright, Tails.
You made it!
See you later, Tails.
Tails, wait for me.
I had like the most absurd defensive item pulls to get away that game. Like I just got everything I needed.
Shield.
Definitely seems like it's a little difficult to catch up on this map.
I was gonna hit you, but then I got hit.
Ooh.
You're purple now.
Still has to
I
have
am
an item
immediately
giving script or
interested.
something. Not that I'm aware of. Alright, so let's
Thermal
see.
Base 2, the sequel.
Now I get to experience it from the other side, where I started way behind.
Ow! That was a ridiculous bank shot.
Okay. Okay, I dig this color scheme already.
Whoa!
Okay, so it is a different color.
That's psychedelic lava.
Solid music.
Let's get moving.
Are you
Okay.
sure that doesn't have slope physics?
Ouch.
Because I could feel that carry, man.
I should have fucking burned the sneaker for that set. Jesus, I'm a mile behind.
No.
Today I will cause problems on purpose.
Shoot, give me that. What do
Hey
you
there.
mean I got pushed?
That was me, sorry.
Get out of my way. Well, don't eat the boy on the bicycle.
Yeah, the upward slope into the great turn is still like punking me a little bit because I'm not exactly sure where the turn starts.
I survived.
It's a little scary. Man.
Okay, one speed can make that. I am your personal one-speed tester. Please respect me.
Oh, those holes are going to be murder.
No, my shark.
Oh, it's so bad. I'm so bad at it. That's why they're gear shapes, isn't it? So if you fucking bonk, you just die.
I made it.
I will say I kept on like instinctually trying to turn right on the in the conveyor section in like Encore, and I ended up dying for it like 2 times.
Yeah, I
2
think that section might just be a little bit too abrupt.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's very difficult to read for sure.
So, anybody else? How are we feeling?
I actually want to reiterate my point about the spring panels from earlier, because I noticed if you're actually spinning out on that section, because there's a speed pad just before it, it actually makes spin out on that section unnecessarily punishing. So if you removed both of those, if players spin out there, and even then, you would have people just naturally dropping them. So you might want to actually extend that just for the sake of spin out. That was mostly my concern. I realize the air control is there for what it is, though, but like, if you get item there, you're basically dedicated to die.
You know the interesting thing? I honestly found myself just taking the middle conveyor belt section. I didn't even think to take the side path.
Oh no.
Yeah, it took me a little bit too long to actually grok the rhythm of the conveyors. I think on a subsequent playthrough I'd probably do a little bit better, but yeah, that path is so much better. If you're not taking it, you're not, like, in the race. Which is like, I mean, you only design a path like that if you know that it's gonna, like, play out like that. Nobody builds that sort of thing and doesn't immediately realize, oh, you obviously want to take this every single lap. But despite that, I still lean towards saying it like might be too powerful just because of how much danger it removes you from in terms of other players. Like, the risk of taking that section is offset by the lowered risk of no longer having to deal with players around you if, like, they're not taking it. I don't know if that fully holds up, but it does give me kind of a bad feel. I think I want to play a little bit more to know for sure, like make a final verdict, I suppose, but it's definitely not my favorite element, even though thematically it's really neat.
Before we advance, could I take a minute to experiment with something?
Go right ahead.
Here. Right.
Let me...
Do not die.
Intrusion detected. Please remove yourself from the facility.
How do I rig bananas?
Rigging on... And then just rig B in console.
Okay. Once I get there, I'll do that.
I'm right behind you. You can't do that.
Oh, I see what you're trying to set up.
Yeah, so I'm trying to justify aim this right, because this happened to me in a race. Please don't bump me.
Ooh. Watch where you're going, you fool.
Please stop, you guys.
Okay,
alright, let's see
so
it.
this right here.
You're dead now.
Yeah, I
But
think
this
in
section
general,
has
this
the
this
technique,
section
though.
could probably use a little bit of space. It does feel super tight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's mostly my concern. That was it.
Alright. Rigging off. And
got myself
on to
one
our
edge.
next map. Here use submission central processing zone.
You don't hear anything from me.
Bonk. The slip tides out of those sections are pretty fun, I will admit.
Oh, please. Oh, jeez.
Also, this should not dissuade you from using the type of music that you want to use in your courses, but I'm also completely ready to never hear this track again. Oh god, that was a very bad entry.
Yeah, I got knocked too.
No. Stop him!
The wrongest of drifts.
No, Chenji's going for it.
Yeah, you do it, you do it. This is gonna be hilarious.
I think Glaz is probably gone.
Shit.
He's okay.
Glaz is probably dead, actually.
There,
If somebody triggered the Easter egg.
No, my turn. Not.
You know, they just died.
Oh wait, that's not where the shortcut is. It's over here.
Nah, missed it. I get the feeling that's gonna be a
Ouch.
really rotten spot to hide things. Yup.
And there it is.
You like that, Porter?
Okay.
Enjoy!
You like how seeable that was?
Let's go.
And you couldn't even have one normal race with it.
Now, of all times?
Oh,
They have a
Hey,
Metal Gear?
That's okay, it's not mine. Oh, you better fucking not!
Well worth throwing my race.
Holy shit. You just fucking love moments where you're just driving normally, and then all of a sudden, a barrel spawns right in front of you
Ciao!
and kills you immediately.
I'm proud of you for earning that wind trail.
I did it. I've proven that Chow is the best. So many Monka S.
I just bungled right over the finish line.
One grow is all you need.
Yeah, I don't... this is really... I mean, both of you went for the cut, right? Or for the Easter
Yeah.
egg?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the reason you two are behind, but everyone else is still pretty drastically split. A 14-second gap in this group is pretty uncommon. Can you set up rigging? What for? I want to check the off-road cut with Hugh. After this next round?
Whoa.
Want to break everyone's muscle memory while I still
Oh.
can.
It's blue now.
Skybox is different.
And the music's different too.
Oh.
Oh no!
No. They're blue.
This is a pretty cute remap.
Go away. Meow.
God.
Chow can save himself. Nice glow.
Free throw accuracy 0%.
Oh, how did that hit me? Put down my banana.
There he goes!
You're going after it again, aren't you, Chet?
There he goes!
We need to stop him.
Nah, it's too late now.
You like how good that item interaction was? True and honest.
Alright, let's see what this looks like in Encore mode. Oh, Christ.
Oh my god.
It's the Blue Man Group.
I got it
hate-
quicker this time.
I hate this.
I love this.
Seriously?
Gagara.
Yeah, I think I can categorically say that I hate this gimmick, but I respect you for adding it. And that's about as strongly as I'll commit to a position on the matter. I don't think you should do this, but I'm glad you did.
I'm small.
You know, there's just not enough chickens in this one, though.
Shut the up. Shut the entire up, actually.
But I love chickens, Eddie. Ciao!
Yeah. So this course has, like, critical screaming pack spread problems because of the amount of time that's spent at boost speed. It's, like, complete insanity.
You get a grow, you win.
This is a relatively, like, even skill group. So seeing players of even skill finish, like, a full half a minute apart is, like, I should stress how incredibly uncommon that is. Most of our in-houses, we finish within, like, a pack of 7 seconds.
Someone said that this palette makes the Crimson Core arrows harder to see.
Because they're blue?
I could believe that. Alright, I'm gonna re-enable rigging, and people can just let me know who to spec, and we can take a look at some extra stuff.
Spec the Eggman.
Spec the Mars.
No.
The man.
Do not do.
Alright, who am I watching again?
The Eggman.
Egg Boy.
Juicy
Alright.
Bean. Okay, Mario.
I have waypoint text off, so I don't know who the fuck that is.
Why is she yelling? Why am I keeping up with you? Oh yeah, because you're too speed.
Bonk.
Why would you do that to me?
Rig H.
Rig is not on.
There it is.
There it is. After you.
Yeah, so even with a pretty leisurely stroll, it looks like it's possible.
Push. No, you pushed me. Oh.
He says,
Oh,
makes me wonder if it would be
no.
any different if you skipped out on the secret. Honestly, I think, like, just for the sake of illustrating this more clearly, I think that merits a third run, if everyone's alright with that.
Yeah.
Sure.
A third one.
Yep.
So nobody
I will
go
play
for the
like
egg,
a
and let's
normal
just see this,
human.
the
Yeah.
course as intended.
I'm a human.
Because I think the results will be similar, but I want to make this like an instructive example, because this is one of the clearest cases of like, oh, course might literally just not allow for comebacks that we've seen in a while.
Dang, you don't hit that checkpoint until you get that item set up here. when
Yeah, you can take the
shortcut.
cut, and your position doesn't update until basically you land in the
Oh, come
teal
on.
room up here. That singular cut seems pretty strong, but it is gated by a pretty specific set of circumstances.
Boo! I missed.
I think for people who are in the pack, it's gonna be the worst because they neither have access to that cut, nor have, like, the ability to pass people.
Incoming, bro. Ooh.
He says, I just want to know because, frankly, I'm new to all of this. No, that makes perfect sense.
That sounds great.
And, like, this is, like, a particular map design tenet that even people who have been doing this for a really long time, like, are often pretty ignorant of.
Watch where you're
So
going.
appreciate the open mind, for sure. Spacey asks, was going for the egg online count as a griefing or a bannable offense? Only on the worst servers ever, probably. I don't understand any context where triggering an intended map feature could be considered any kind of griefing.
The map is showing.
On the other hand, telling people to vote map hell means you go to hell in real life.
Remember, if you take drugs,
That's a pretty
you go
hot
to
line.
hell before you die.
That was a pretty hot ride, actually. Fucking grazed the edge of the spring panel and took it like a ramp.
No, Chow.
And it
So
was
knew you
great
were
when
gonna
I got
do that.
invincibility
Yeah,
and
go for it.
found people and did not advance in placement.
So
at
less
all.
drastic, but the issue is the issue shows up in a different way here, where like I'm straight up 6 seconds ahead and was 6 seconds ahead for the whole race.
And again, I'm like plowing people with the invincibility sparkles, and yet my placement barely budges.
Yeah, it's like everyone's kind of stuck in stasis back there. It's very
There's
hard
only
to like
one
make a
shortcut.
play for a substantially different placing without having access to that cut, which is kind of like the saving grace of the situation, is that you have 2 opportunities to make substantial gains, and it's that cut.
Yeah. And speaking with the like concerns regarding escape velocity, if I had let it be known that I was second for a majority of that race and I suck at this game, so that speaks volumes in of itself. It might be
Yeah,
an issue.
you were second for the majority of the race, but you also never saw me. You didn't
Yeah,
even get to interact with
that
me
too.
when I was
yeah.
at SPB Rush for 3/4 of the race. And as a review for people who don't know this, SPB Rush gives second place specifically better items. It's either 50% or 100% more, like, distance is considered when their item is being calculated. It basically, like, turns on player-specific frantic items.
You only got shoes.
Conveyors instead of sneakers would probably fix that and the meme cut. Yeah, I agree with Taylor on that one. Conveyors, or if you want to meme a little bit, low-friction sectors would probably be, like, perfectly fine for those and still kind of preserve the feel of those sections without invalidating a large part of, like, how people are meant to advance in placement.
Yeah.
That's all,
You
really.
could actually, you bring up the low friction, you could actually make the boosters at the corners of the turns and just make the low friction sectors leading up to the boosters.
Yeah,
like,
so if you still want people
you know.
to exit at speed, like, you can find a balance there for sure. Alright. Last map of the night. I'm predicting chaos.
Well, we are in the brimstone.
Oh yeah, thank God for the fences here. This is a super dangerous place to get hit otherwise. Oh. Missed the set. No. But I'm dead last and sad.
Good.
I'm not dead last anymore, but
Dead ass.
now I'm dead ass last.
Thanks for the Yeezys.
I'm still living.
I'm still alive.
Oh,
Ooh,
look
trick shot.
good. Whoa, that was tricky.
Luna, why did you do this?
Runa.
Is Runa going to hell again?
It wasn't
Runa
on
bullied
purpose
me.
this time. It wasn't on purpose
Runa-
this time.
Runa pushed me off the edge.
I
could you?
I bonked off a Chenji and it sent him flying off the edge. And
That makes 2 people
it was
you've
an
done that to this
accident
race.
Time. It was an accident. I mean that.
Damn it.
The cut gave me a little airtime. That's all.
Oh, there goes my invincibility.
There goes my ball.
Oh no! Oh no! Nice shot.
Goodbye, Runa. Ouch.
That particular kind of angled shot just tickles me every time.
Why do you keep hitting those?
Single banana. Wait a minute, second? Okay.
I froze.
Dead. Two at the same time, too. That's interesting.
I can't believe it. I've been singled out.
That's interesting. In the same sense like the Tails Gets Trolled panel. You know, even with seatbelts, people die all the time in car crashes.
Well, you know,
My fucking favorites.
You know, even with antifreeze, people still sig-sep all the time. I thought that was interesting.
That was quite a ride.
Cyron, how did you have that link on hand immediately? What the fuck is
I
wrong
froze
with you?
again.
Cyron's a fucking net navvy. I live on the internet.
Is it time for the game reset? Power boost.
Alright, hopefully we got everybody back.
I've returned.
Ooh.
Another
This
nice
is
dank
interesting.
Another purple one.
I will never complain about purple Encore remaps. Absolutely patrician taste.
Nah, purple's a good color.
All the
Yeah,
Smash
that's
Brothers
all of
love the purple.
Another color comic. Everything is purple today. Purple is a color.
Color.
Again?!
With
Oh god, this is a bad place. This is a place I didn't feel like being.
we offer a place. Respect. Oh, there's a lot of spike balls here.
I'll allow you to live for today.
Where did my mind go?
That fucking bounced. That's insane.
Oh, if you're shrunken and you use the shortcut, you won't be able to make it.
Ow. Conveyors a bro. Fucking god.
It's pretty good.
Get me out of the player interaction boat. I want to leave.
Pretty cool banana, right?
Runa bumped me into it. Go ahead and mark off Emergence of Dark Runa on your bingo cards.
What?
That was also an accident, but
Yeah, sure.
don't feel bad about it.
Oh, the
Yeah, I didn't
bananas
fucking
are
believe
starting
it the
to
first
pile
time
up.
either.
Oh, nice purple mine on the black and purple course. It's honestly a miracle I wasn't fucking hit by that.
Color advantage?
I mean, unironically, I complained about that shit in TSR with red bananas.
I did it.
I'm the best.
I'm the best.
I really want that tumble effect in V2 to have that toad sound.
We don't have fucking updated host mod here, so I can't immediately grief everyone with play sound DS Toad.
And when
You get to watch me die some more.
I do want to show, I do want to show something off real quick. It wasn't discovered by me, it was discovered by Griff a couple of sessions ago when we were playing together on this map.
Alright, go ahead and hit me.
I feel like it's probably worth pointing out.
Actually, let me go ahead and revert this to, here.
Yeah. You just spectate me.
Alright.
I'm just throwing this. Wow, a hit.
Waiting with bated breath. The course is only so long. Where could it be?
Okay.
Okay.
So if you... There is no finish line sector right there.
Oh,
so what
that
happened
sucks.
to Griff was that, like, he finished, like, in here, but then it didn't count as a win.
Ah, that sucks.
That's crazy.
Ooh.
It's pretty rough.
Yeah, that's such a bad feel that honestly it's probably just worth, like, extending it.
I'm gonna...
That was all I wanted to show off.
Alright.
Look at this. Look at this pressure. Look at this pressure.
So other than that, how we doing?
I'm pretty good. How about you?
Yeah, feeling good.
God damn it! Get out of here!
Yep, it was set up for you, and you just took it.
I'm taking away your virtual mic! Literally a level of shitposting that nobody is ready for. Yeah, I think... I would really like to see a version of this course tested without the sneaker into spring panel. It, like... It weakens comeback items and also, like... It does lean the map's design towards certain stat blocks, even if the course is otherwise fairly technical. Which is like, I don't know if I necessarily call this technical, but it's like, it's hard for you to, like, pull things back in favor of acceleration if you've got so many fucking dash panels everywhere.
Yeah. I will also say that I think the only part I really like that really tripped me up in Encore was the second set of springs into that, like, right turn. But, like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like it's the set of springs that leads into that kind of archway, that leads into the turn with the archway. That kind of messed me up a little bit in Encore, but I was able to quickly catch myself.
Seems
I was,
legit.
like, turning the wrong way.
So yeah,
That was kind of the only instant.
I think fun crop of maps, and I think, like, very small set of changes would be, like, pretty substantial refinements to each one. Definitely glad to see some new blood submitting. So, like, special thanks to you for putting your shit out here. Man, I'm just thinking about a version of that shit with, like, ice sectors in place of the dash tunnels, and the unbelievable shit posting that would result. Like, it's more faithful to the original idea to use conveyors. But what if, though?
Maybe.
If you guys are bored of map QV, Taleb made me do it. I feel like it sets a dangerous precedent to enable this sort of thing, but do we want a palate cleanser?
Sure.
Yes.
I'm
Sure.
okay. I'm okay with that.
Proof
Sure.
of
Oh, proof of
concept
concept,
zone.
though.
Hmm?
It's a classic. Virtua Fighter 5.
Oh. Alright, good choice.
I did not see the moment that happened. Time got erased.
He erased his time, but what does that mean?
I don't know.
It just works.
Wait a minute. This is a 7-lapper.
That's right.
This is just Baby Park with a tumor.
Impossible. I'm running.
It avoids like 50% of the sins of Baby Park just by not being themed horribly.
And not being something that you can throw items from and just hit somebody no matter where they are on the map.
Yeah.
Look good though.
I guess
Which
my
is
race
like
is over.
Baby Park's defining
funny.
feature to me.
Baby Park's defining feature for me is da 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 da.
Wow.
It's like I can literally hear the psychosis setting in.
Yeah.
It's an anxiety attack that takes physical form.
Oh.
I suck. I'm actually awful at this game. And I should have held that. Now I'm gonna
There
get
comes
fucking
a small
punished.
child.
Or not.
Watch out.
4 p.m.
Oh boy. I hit myself. No, I can't believe it.
Didn't completely
You can
cock it
literally
up.
just skip the entire course if you have invincibility. It's amazing.
Yeah, you just kind of go.
Runa, I almost got.
I went from like
Runa.
10th to 3rd. Hi.
Runa, I almost got passerby'd.
Oh, I see you.
It's nighttime, and it's purple.
And purple is a color.
It's Waluigi time.
You can actually witness the brain atrophy in real time too.
Please let me drift.
There's a breakpoint past about 90 minutes where all of our IQ collectively drops to single digits. You're witnessing it.
Sounds pretty good.
It's a lot of fun.
Chanji!
What?
Were you waiting for me to pass?
Yeah?
Why?
Because it's funny.
You're
That's a good
funny.
reason for most
Fair
things.
enough. Fair enough. I won't fault you for that.
No, no, no! Why?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Because.
Don't tell me you shock dodged with that, okay.
I got a weapon.
Murder.
Why did that go so fast?
Yeah, honestly,
say
the
move it.
existence of actual cuts in this course, very cozy.
Ow!
I honestly don't think this is a bad, like, bare bones layout for a 7-lapper.
Yeah.
This is pretty intense music for a map like this, though.
I think it's appropriately intense. I'm definitely having a heart attack right now, so...
Well, I'm laughing at you.
Why'd you laugh at me for having a heart attack? Isn't that fucked up?
No.
Can't argue with that.
Quick recovery.
Cheated.
Now neither of us are happy!
I'm set now. A risk.
I honestly
Did
didn't
I
think
miss?
anyone had a clear shot of me from back there.
I have returned. Whoa! There goes that Jaws. I got the unusual effect Jaws. Oh, thank you, Porter.
Alright, guess that's jartcast.
Yeah.
Thank
Pretty
you
good.
all for... Oh god, nope!
Eric
No, I'll see you
Sand.
later. I'm opting out of this experience.
Sand.
Aw, but I love those toads.
Yeah. Be sure to
Black
join us
West.
somewhere else. I will procure the link for
Let us-
the after party and general festivities. Oh god, is something still going on over there?
No, get me out of here.
Pretty good.
They're arguing over the remote again.
No,
So nothing
we're
new.
stuck in the encore hell.
Alright. Catch y'all later. Thanks for coming. Shut up.
Ready?
Race car takes flight and jumps a fence.